Hello, my name is Joshua Funk, and I will be discussing with you today the Allegory of the Cave. The Allegory of the Cave is contained in Book 7 of Plato's The Republic. To understand the allegory, you must first have an understanding of Plato's analogy of the sun and of Plato's analogy of the line. First, the analogy of the sun. Plato believes that there is an absolute truth, and that the sun represents this truth. Truth, in Platonic dialogue, is also referred to as the good. In the allegory, you will see this is represented by the light. Second is the analogy of the line. The analogy of the line represents different forms. It begins in the low forms, the forms of illusion, beliefs, and opinions, and moves higher towards the form of knowledge and intelligence, which are closer to the light. Ultimately, it arrives at the highest spectrum of the light, which is known as the form of the good. Now that we have that out of the way, let's move on to the analogy of the cave. In the allegory of the cave, Socrates asks us to picture the enlightenment or ignorance of our human condition. He does this by having us imagine a cave where men are chained to a wall, with their heads fixed to look only forward. In front of them are shadows of passerbys, which are projected on the cave wall from an opening behind their heads. The travelers, they carry stones, but the shadows resemble a horse. They carry wood, but it looks like a man. And the passerbys would speak, and naturally those in the cave would believe that the shadows spoke. Inevitably, if the men were able to talk to each other, they would assume that the shadows they saw were the real thing. And so in every way, those in the cave would believe that the shadows of the objects we mentioned were the whole truth, when in fact, they aren't. To see the truth, one must exit the cave and see things as they really are. A pile of stones, a bundle of sticks. This is to say that by exiting the cave and seeing the light, man can arrive at the good. Since you and I will be future lawyers, lawgivers, lawmakers, and advocates for others, we should be compelled to attain what Socrates describes as the highest form of knowledge, and to ascend to the vision of the good. Because as Socrates says, this is the plight of the philosopher, to achieve the supreme vision and then return to the cave to inform the others. Well, I thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed this Plato 101 lecture on the Allegory of the Cave. I look forward to hearing your comments and watching your videos. Be seeing you.